Good morning, everybody. My name is Rabon Martin. I'm from Dallas, Georgia, as I said earlier, and as you can see, I play for the Diamond Hoppers. Just want to thank you guys for giving me an opportunity to talk about my testimony and everything here. Kind of like Jackson, I came to Christ pretty early. I was blessed enough to go to a private Christian school my whole life, and so being around that, I got to learn about Jesus from a very young age. And in Bible Study Tuesday, I was joking about it, but I remember the first time I thought about Jesus. I was 6 years old in kindergarten. We're around, I can still see it like it was yesterday. Teacher telling us about this stuff and about Jesus, and kind of talked about if you don't accept him, you go to hell. And I was just like, dear Lord, come in my life. I don't want to go to hell. Boom, good. But as I got older, I kind of realized, that's not enough. And I can remember in middle school, we got to go to chapel or retreats every year to like the cabins and stuff like that to start off the school year, worship, and we'd have speakers and stuff like that. And I realized, that wasn't enough. If I want to do this, you got to do it the whole way. You got to, walk the walk if you're going to talk the talk. And even then, I'd be the first one to tell you I'm not perfect, but Jesus is. And it's kind of crazy to think that somebody like that would, save somebody as me or all of us in this room. So what is Jesus to me? I would say Jesus is my rock. Just like in baseball and in life, there's a lot of ups, the highs of highs, and the lowest of lows. I think back to Matthew 7:24, where it says, "Everyone then who hears these words of mine and does them will be a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain fell," and the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on the house, but it did not fall, because it had been founded on the rock. And everyone who hears these words of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish man who builds his house on the sand. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it." What that verse is saying is, if you build your foundation on Jesus, like what we talk about, Bible study and everything, when life's going to hit you hard. It's hit me hard before too. We all have had struggles and stuff like that. But when I think about going through hard times, and I know I got Jesus in my corner, it's a great feeling. But then it also makes you appreciate the great times. It's hard to do sometimes, when things are going bad. It's easy to turn Jesus, but when things are going good, you got to make sure you thank him for that. So that's one thing I've been really trying to do lately, because, right now I get a chance to play baseball. Not many people get that, and I'm very blessed to do that. I thank him every day for it. Going to practice at 9 a.m. might not be the most fun thing to do, but I'm blessed I got that opportunity to do that. And the way I got here, I could just tell that this is where God wants me to be. When college ball ended and didn't get drafted, I didn't think baseball was, I didn't think I'd ever play again. And went back home and had some people talk to me about it, saying like, have you ever thought about still playing? And I was like, I would love to have had an opportunity, but I gave it a lot of prayer. I was like, God, if you want me to keep playing, you would open some doors. And in the off season, I was coaching an 11U baseball team, which there's some stories from that for sure. It was a fun time, but one of the dads on that team, his roommate from college, used to coach an indie ball team up in St. Louis. He was in town for Super Bowl weekend, comes talk to me and says, "Hey, I can send your info out to this team. Can't promise you anything, but it'd be a chance." And I was like, "Yeah, that's what I want. I just want a chance." And God was fortunate enough to give me a chance to go out to St. Louis, which, as you guys know, that's not Michigan. So go out there to spring training in another league, and had 2 outings and then got released. And I just remember thinking, man, did I just really spend this whole time training, preparing? I thought God opened this door for me, but as quickly as the door opens, the door closes. But I just remember sitting there and called my dad saying, "Hey, I got released." And he goes, "Are you serious?" was like, yeah, I wouldn't joke about something like that. He goes, well, you sound fine. And I was like, yeah, I know God's got something for me. And literally the next day, my roommate in St. Louis, he played college ball with a buddy who played on the Hoppers, get the coach's number, texted him saying, hey, man, I'm looking for a place to play. Didn't think, they had their rosters filled. I didn't know if I'd even have a spot, but next thing you know, I got a call from them. He says, hey, we'd love to have you. And I was like, heck yeah, I'll take it. Get a chance to keep playing. But looking back at it, like, I knew that was not just a coincidence. That was God giving me an opportunity to keep playing, and I thank him for it every day. But at the same time, it could end just as easily as that. But if not, I'm willing to do whatever God has me to do. As you guys, doing what God's plan is a lot easier than doing what Raven's plan is for Raven. I mean, look in the Bible, when God told Jonah to go to Nineveh and he decided to go to Tarshish, he ends up in the belly of a whale. So I'd rather do what God has me to do, and really thankful for the opportunity to be here and just loving it every day. Just want to thank you guys. Thank you.